Dystopia tonight. Dystopia tonight.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of Dystopia tonight. We got Bobby fucking Slayton on, the Pitbull of Comedy. He's ripping me a new one because I fucked up the link. So let's just bring Bobby out right away. Because
you're killing me. First of all, there was 15 minutes of my time waiting for you guys to get your shit together. Then there was another 10 minutes of gold that I was just raving and ranting that I thought I was on. And
I thought you thought you were on too, and I thought I was like, but you said you didn't want to talk about any politics, and then I was like, oh, good, at least we're not live. He's railing on Trump right now, so like I don't want to fuck up twice. And then you're like, we're not live. But I agree with everything you just said. It is.
But nobody will know what I just said. You fucking idiots didn't have the microphones on. You're killing me.
Damn it.
You're killing me. But what I was going to tell you was, when you email me, and you're a legend. We want you on the show. I figure you probably send it to every comic in America. No. You're a legend. And every time I hear something like that, I don't know what it means, and it's really kind of stupid. But I remember a couple of years ago, I did some show. And somebody goes, we got Bobby Slayton on the show. He's a legend in comedy. And then I do the show. And then I don't know if it was a podcast. I don't even remember what it was. And the next night, they had Carrot Top on or Carlos Mencia. He's a legend. And I like both those guys, even though Carlos is stolen from me. Carrot Top can't steal from me.
Sure.
I don't have a suitcase of stuff. But
right.
But, it's like everybody's a fucking legend if you're still alive. You've been doing this for 25 years. You were not a legend, and you probably never will be. But and by the way, I like the graphics of your show. It reminds me of my friend Shag a little. Who does your graphics of the show?
I did this. This is me. I did this.
Do you like? Are you a fan of Shag, the artist?
I don't know who that is. No, I don't know who that is. Yeah,
well, it doesn't really look like his stuff. It just kind of reminds me of.
We wanted to go because the whole. Everybody's starting a fucking podcast. You know what I mean? We're all like, this is like, I started to do stand up because I never wanted to work at a desk, and now I'm fucking sitting at a desk because of COVID, and we're all behind doing this shit. But we just started. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I called it Dystopia tonight because everybody's living in their own version of whatever their dystopia is. Can't go out, civil unrest, all that other shit, and then I just took it to a higher theme,
to show you how much I hate doing podcasts. Everybody who does podcasts either has their ugly furniture behind them or all their awards. I have nothing. This is the door of my office. I can sit and show you all my things. Here's me and Woody Allen from all the movies. I can show you. I have really cool shit. But I
love that.
I'm sitting at my desk. I don't need to have a background. That's the funny thing with all these podcasts. You see, not just celebrities, but everybody. You go, God, that guy's got millions of dollars. He has no taste and a lot of ugly shit. Crap it. They go, here's my books. Oh, good. You have books to read.
Oh, everybody's got fucking books. Like anybody gives a shit what they're reading.
I know. But that's my door. That goes out to the
great.
dog run. Yeah, it goes out.
You know what I would love?
Door to the dog run. Yeah.
I would love if you had an exit sign on the door, just in case, like whenever you wanted to leave the podcast.
Wait, what else do I have? I have more things. There's my. Yeah, okay, I have a lot of shit. I have a really cool office. Okay.
Oh, fucking guitar! That guitar is awesome, dude.
I made that. You know what that is? You can't really see it. Okay, that's the history of New York music. I make these guitars, and actually, I do them for me. I made one. I make them. They're all over my house. They're kind of cool. I don't make the guitar itself. You can't play them.
Right.
But it's just like art projects. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Because I don't do a podcast, and I don't really want to go back on the road, and I don't write scripts, and I don't want to act. So I got to do something to keep myself. I have no idea how to make crystal meth. I don't know what to do. I cook a lot, and I work out, and I make these guitars. And
nice.
I wish you could see it, but I'm not here to show you my brilliant artwork. We're here to talk about my brilliant comedy, because I'm a legend.
You are. Yes, this can be a show and tell show too. Just go through your desk. I want to see what's in your desk.
What's in my desk? Yeah. What else can
No,
I
you
say?
are,
Whatever.
dude. I saw you. My first. It was my. I think it was like my first year. I've been doing stand up for 15 years. Nobody cares. But like my first year, my uncles took me to see you at the Tempe Improv, and you fucking. I mean, obviously you just. But it's my first time I saw you. I know who you were, but first time I saw you live, you fucking destroyed that room, dude. I mean, we could not breathe. That's how fucking fun. Like, it was such a great time. But it's one of those things when you're a young comic and you're starting out and the first comic you go to see live is Bobby Slayton. You're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, but you want to know what? It's not about just getting laughs. You know, I was never a Comedy Store guy, and I
Right.
went back to the Comedy Store. You know, I started out in San Francisco as an improv guy. And either you were an improv guy or a Comedy Store guy. And I don't know, it had to be about 10 years ago, I finally went back to the Comedy Store. And you play in the big room, and I always like to go in early because I don't want to follow all these people.
Yeah.
And then so I go on. And it was one of the best sets I've ever had in my life. And it was really great. And then some really horrible urban black guy, and I know I love black people, but one of those fucking acts. One of those fucking horrible, and brought down the house twice. And I go, it's not necessarily, I'd rather get quality laughs,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So many comics would love Larry David, or you'd watch a guy like, Jerry Seinfeld working on his act and getting plenty of laughs. But then you get these idiots that can. So when it's nice you said I brought down the house, but when you're doing comedy, I don't know how long I've been doing it at that point. I was probably doing it for 20, 30 years. I don't know. But if you don't have your shit together by then, then you're never gonna. But that's all I did. I mean, I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't drive a stick shift. I wasn't a good husband. I couldn't do anything. So I focused on comedy. Comedy was my thing. And I worked my ass off on it. And I worked every night for 30 years. So you better get good at it. You know what I mean?
Everybody I know that I love in comedy, it says exactly like is it you're just about the comedy. It's the fucking comedy, and that's it. You get good at it, you love it, you do it all the time, and everything else you do fucking sucks.
Well, I'm kind of, well, I almost, and I don't know if it means anything to you, but I mean, I'm not doing any podcasts anymore because I have nothing to plug. I'm tired of doing them. I'm tired of stand-up. I've been probably doing stand-up more than anybody. I mean, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying that, you look at a guy like Seinfeld or Bill Maher or Jay Leno. Yeah, they've been doing it as long as me, but they fly to the gig in a private jet. They get a whole suite at Caesar Palace, and they make $500,000, $2 million a show. I'm playing some shithole, in Tampa, Florida, sitting in the kitchen in Side Splitters, waiting to do a second show for, and making
fucking
no
Side
money.
Splitters.
So it gets, I remember Ellen DeGeneres many years ago, and she had done this interview, and she said, I was getting so burnt out of stand-up. I've been doing it for like 8 years. And I'm going, really? I think at that point I've been doing it for 30. And and you're supporting the family. And so you come home, you pack, you unpack, you pack, you unpack. I'm not saying it's like working in a coal mine, but it gets to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. It was just getting not fun. Not fun.
But I was going to say, because it's either one of those things. It's either when people say they can't stand doing stand-up anymore, guys on your level who are like, whatever. It's usually never the joke telling. You know what I mean? Like, it's never like, I hate telling jokes. It's just what you just described, the packing, unpacking, driving all over the place. Are you still like, do you miss like the joke stuff though? Like the writing, the getting on it?
No. I did it for too long, and I did it, it was just, I'm 65 years old, and you wouldn't know it from.
No, you don't look it.
Well, I don't care if I look it. If you look at a picture of Keith Richards right now, it doesn't matter if you look it. I was still doing it. But I'm up every morning at 7 o'clock. I'm working out. I'm cooking. I'm running around. I'm drinking wine. I'm having a great time playing my drums. But it's not that. I'm just burnt out of doing stand-up, and I hate people so much. The human race has let me down at every level. That it used to be where I'd go on a stage and I want to make people laugh. Now I look at them and I want them to die. I want you to die. Dude. Not everybody. But
no, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean though.
My audience is stopped going to comedy clubs. It was a big thing in the 70s and 80s when I was doing it. And if you go see a guy like Bill Burr or Jerry Seinfeld or anybody working now who's playing a theater, people are coming to see you. They come in a Seaboom, or you play in a comedy club. I mean, I never made it to that level as far as, success. So you're playing a comedy club. So a good third of the audience, he's either free tickets or let's go to a comedy club tonight, or whatever reason they're there. It's a bachelorette party. They're not necessarily there to see me. And and there's so many idiots out there now. And my audience is not going to a comedy club. I mean, I'm not going out. My girlfriend always goes, hey, you want to go for dinner? I go, no, I have Netflix. I have a giant television in my bedroom. Why do I want, I have a pool in my backyard. Why do I want to leave my house? Why do I want to go anywhere?
Right.
So that's how I feel. And so doing your stupid podcast, why I'm doing this, I don't know.
I appreciate this immensely, though. Seriously, like this is great, and I like this conversation. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers. Absolutely. And I like these.
Well, your producer. Yeah, I'm glad you stopped talking when I talk. I'm sorry to talk over you, but
no, I don't care. This is your time.
Well, I'm a legend. You're not. You're nobody. But but your producer would email me. Oh, we'd love to have you on. We've had all these people on. I wasn't impressed by the list of people you had on, by the way. But I figured out. But this is the last podcast. I'm doing one more podcast. You know what I'm doing tomorrow? There's a 12-year-old kid who wants to get into comedy, who sent me a message on Messenger and wanted my advice on comedy. And I don't know even know if it's like legal to talk. I'm afraid to talk to a 12-year-old kid. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Dude, so can I tell you something right now? I got a bunch of us got that message, and we're like, he's doing some kind of project, which I almost didn't want to tell you I got it because I feel like it's insulting to you.
It's fine.
I did get the message too, and he's doing some kind of thing, and it's really sweet. Like he actually legitimately has an interest in, our career. So you're safe. You're safe.
The kid, his name is Dustin, right?
Yep, Dustin.
Yeah. So
great kid.
And then he seemed like a really smart kid. And he goes, me and my parents watched your Showtime special, Born to Be Bobby. We loved it. And I'm going, he's a 12-year-old kid, and he can't be more of a fuck up than you. I mean, there's no way. I'm sure since he's 12, I'm sure the whole Zoom thing will work out beautifully. He'll be right on time. He'll send it to the proper email. It should work. But you and him are my last two podcasts for a long, long time.
Oh, I'm honestly, I'm honored. And now what you just said makes me think I should probably get my parents involved in running this. I'm gonna probably call my mother and ask her to set this up for me next time.
Why not?
I'll have her call you. It'll all work out much better. We'll make sandwiches.
By the way, I'm sorry if I don't have this set up well.
No.
Yeah. Now, right in the middle of the door now with the curtains. Okay. Like I said, I don't really do a lot of these.
No, it's fine.
So many, and because when COVID hit, everybody had a podcast, and do you know when this whole pre-podcast thing started? There was something called, you probably never heard of it. You should Google it. Something called Comedy World, when internet radio started.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
Before Sirius XM, there was something called Comedy World, and this guy with all this money, Silicon Valley money, spent millions of dollars, and they got this giant airplane hangar in LA that I guess Howard Hughes was building his aircraft in one part, and they put these trailers in, and they had me and Craig Shoemaker and Alan Havey and a bunch of other people, and we had this internet. It was going to be 24-hour, 24/7 comedy radio.
Right.
So the problem was nobody really had internet. The internet was just starting to get big, but nobody was listening to radio on the internet. Nobody was listening. There was no Amazon Music. There was no Pandora. There was no, like I said, Sirius XM. So it was like this groundbreaking thing. And they paid us a lot of money. They paid us six figures to do a 2-hour show that nobody listened to. So for a year, I would call in all these favors to all my friends and people I worked with in movies, from porn stars and to Bruce Willis, Alice Cooper, and anybody who I'd worked with, who I knew, and they all did my show, and it was great. Probably nobody listened to it. So after a year, these guys finally realized, well, they ran out of money, and then next thing you know, a year later, the internet and all that stuff took off. But I was on the ground floor of that, so I did so much radio that I'm just burnt out on it, that whole morning radio with comedians. It started with me and Alex Bennett in San Francisco.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I know. I mean, there were comedians on the radio before me and Alex Bennett, but the whole thing with Howard Stern and maybe Mancow in Chicago and every city having comics on in the morning. It really, really started in San Francisco with Alex Bennett, who was a radio legend in New York. And when I was a comic in San Francisco, Alex came into town and I went on a show and he goes, you know any other comedians? And I brought on Robin Williams and Kevin Pollak and Dana Carvey, and it became a big, big, big thing. I mean, it would have happened anyway. I'm not saying that we were the only people that ever do this, but that's where the whole thing started. And I remember the late David Brenner said to me, I'm going to kill the comic whose idea it was to get up early in the morning and go do morning radio before a show. And I go, hey, David, it was me.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I mean, really,
you know, I didn't like it's. Do you know Hal Spear, or did you know Hal Spear? He passed away, but
Hal Spear's passed away.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, he's the guy who's Richard Jennings, like was close to with Richard Jennings. He was he's a comic.
Hal Spear, I'm pretty sure. No, Google it. No,
I will right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Now. Hal Spear, the karate expert. No.
No. Chicky baby, Hal Spear. This guy. Can you bring Tom? Can you bring his picture up on the screen? Hal Spear. Yeah.
Well, who am I thinking of?
I don't know, but the karate guy.
No, I'm thinking of myself. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my phone too. Hal Spear.
We're gonna take a minute break here to look up.
I'll pull it up.
No, I got you, man. No, don't shut off. No. Let's.
No.
Hal
Spear.
Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else.
So so basically, I was.
Okay, I know I'm thinking of another comic. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so he was. I don't know. I mean, I only worked with a guy.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I only worked with a guy like once, but we had to do this casino gig, upstate New York, Turning Stone Casino. I'm opening for him, so you know the drill. Like you pick the guy up. He was a little crazy at that point in time, and little suicidal. So that was a fun 5-hour fucking drive. But we get to the thing or whatever, and John Mulrooney's there, and I'd never met John. And John had a radio show at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm a new comedian, and this is exciting to me.
Oh, wait! The show's upstate New York.
Yeah, Turning Stone Casino.
Wait. It was. What city was it in?
It was in
outside of Albany.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I said Mulrooney and oh my God, I'm getting old. But Mulrooney, his partner, I did this show for years. Yes.
Yeah. So I was so Mulrooney's like, hey, you're funny. Why don't you come on the show in the morning? And I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, I'd love to. Thanks. So I go to do the show, and Hal the entire time was like, you motherfucker. And I was like, what? And he's like, we got to get up at 6 a.m. now tomorrow to do that fucking show. Like he would, but I was like I was like, hey, what's the problem? But I get it. You know what I mean?
It was John Mulrooney and Bob Wolf originally had the show. Yes. Bob Wolf and I've been going back with those guys for 40 years. But the thing with this is why I got so burnt out of doing a comedy, because a lot of clubs, it was basically you'd be there like Wednesday or Thursday through Sunday. So a lot of clubs wanted you to come in a day early, so you could do morning radio and plug the show. And so I would go in a day early, and you fly to the East Coast, and all of a sudden you're on California time, and you have to go to sleep because you got to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And when you try to go to sleep, you can't go to sleep. And when you're on, West Coast time, so all of a sudden, it's 11 o'clock at night, it's like 8 o'clock my time. And so finally you fall asleep 2, 3 in the morning, and you have to get up at 6, and you do radio, and you got to sit in the car with some waitress who's telling you her fucking life story, some assistant manager who wants to do comedy. And it's like talking to somebody like you. It's really annoying. It's not so bad now because I'm drinking wine. It's nighttime and I can close my iPad. But imagine being stuck in a fucking car with you and you drive and you're sitting in traffic and you go do some shitty radio show, and then you go do another radio show, and then all of a sudden then you're on some hip hop show, and I don't know why, because these people aren't coming to see me. So now you're all jacked up on coffee, and you want to go back and go to sleep, and I'm bouncing off the walls of my fucking room. Then you got to go to the mall,
Right.
How many times can you do that? Anyway, it became a real drag. And then, you do this all weekend. And then you get up the next day sometimes to do radio after being up at night doing a show, and you're all jacked up. That's without drugs. You're all kind of wired. And
right.
It really, and because I'm obviously kind of a little bit high energy. So, and to do 2 shows on a Friday, 2 shows on a Saturday. And then come home to annoying wife and a crying baby and a dog that doesn't shut up. It got, look, again,
I get it.
It's not chemotherapy and it's not working in a coal mine, but
Right.
years and years of doing this.
Of course, it wears
you
on you.
down. And it killed a lot of comics, killed a lot of guys, and it ruined a lot of marriages, and it fucked up a lot of people. You know, it's like, it's like baseball players with steroids. You know, you get caught up in all the competition, and then you want to be the best, and people are getting better and better and better at it. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's
or
a
they're
good
just
comparison, but it's really hard.
No, I know what you mean. And or it's just, or you wind up like right now, it feels like there's really no, like you can obviously, like there's good comics, you can get good and all that other crap, but there's a lot of, so I opened for a guy who was a YouTube star, and by the way,
I've heard about that. Yeah.
And
Horrible,
and it was
right?
one of those things where like, I work, so I'm like, I was friends with the club owner, so they were like, hey, would you come down and do this? Like, it's as a favor, whatever. Cause it was like a weird thing too, where like they sold out the 2 nights, but it was like a weird night, like a weeknight thing. So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. So I go to do it. And I swear to God, it was like that audience had never seen an actual stand-up before. I had a great packed the room. I had a great time. And I couldn't understand what was going on. I'm like, why is this audience so good right now? And then I watched the YouTube star go up and not do stand-up. You know what I mean?
How long did they do? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Because I
didn't understand. Yeah.
Well, that's what comedy's come to. And not totally. It's still a lot of great comics, a lot of great venues. But because of the internet, because of YouTube, and because of social media, clubs tell me that some idiot with a puppet, will do a show. He's like a YouTube, TikTok sensation. And he'll pack the room, but his audience is all 14-year-olds, so they have to do an afternoon show.
Right.
They'll sell out, and the guy will do 20 minutes, but his whole act is talking to the kids, signing puppets and, giving out shit and candy.
Yeah.
And the whole thing's creepy.
It is.
But I got so caught in between being a big comedy star and working big rooms and being that TikTok idiot. So I like in the middle. I was always a club comic, but I was at the top of the chain of club comics, and it was great. I'm not bitter. I'm not one of these guys that's going to let my career dictate. I have a great girlfriend. I sound like an old Jew now. I'm in great health. I put food on the table, but I'm 65. If I get 20 good years left, I don't need to go play comedy clubs anymore. I never took more than 2-3 weeks off max in a 45-year career. And I've not worked. Wow. Last week was a year that I haven't worked. And the last show I did, it was me and Bill Maher and Sarah Silverman on New Year's
Hawaii,
Eve.
right?
Yeah, in Hawaii. And Bill does that every year.
Yeah.
And he brought us in last year.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go. And so was Sarah, and then Joe Walsh came with us, and Woody
fantastic.
came by, and Willie. And but what was great, and I'm not used to this, and it was great, the audience is there to laugh. It's adults. And Bill was doing it for like 9 years, so they knew whoever Bill brought in were, if not major comedy stars, major comics. So even if you didn't know who they were, maybe you didn't know Jeff Ross, maybe you didn't know Bobby Slayton, but he'd always bring in, they knew they were going to get a great show. And it was so, and I go, this is what I miss about comedy. If I could fly in a private jet and get paid well and play in a theater rather than, play some horrible funny bone in Kansas City in front of a bunch of, drunken idiots and, and black people on their cell phones the whole show, and bachelorettes and, and millennials with man buns and just jackasses across the board. It just
and it's weird too, because it's like half the time you have to fucking remind the audience that they're going to a comedy show where you're like, why are you not having you're in, this is the one last place in the entire fucking world where you can say what you want, do what you want, and have a good time, and nobody's going to give a fuck afterward. That should be exactly what it is.
Well, now people, I got out at the right time, because now with, what was the thing on the news yesterday? Dr. Seuss is not publishing 6 of his books. And
I know.
And, and we want inclusion. In England, I was watching the news tonight. In England, it's not going to be called breastfeeding. It's going to be called chest feeding, not breastfeeding. Am I watching the real news? Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
And you watch, I guess it was yesterday that, QAnon, Trump was actually taken over because of this prophecy. And The world is fucked. I am happy
Yeah.
being in my house and never going anywhere again. You know,
I fucking understand that, dude. Are you one of the like? I feel like the same way when the fucking COVID thing happened. Obviously, it's terrible. You know, the whole thing or whatever. I was like, holy shit! I hope things change after. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where I was like, if we wind up going backward to 2019 to normal, like we fucked up as a species totally, because it felt like, oh, good, it's a time to fucking regroup and realize what's important and all that other crap. No, Texas opened up 100%.
Mississippi opened up. You know,
yeah.
And Biden was
this
right
species
calling
sucks.
them. He called them Neanderthals. Yeah. You know what? I've always hated people, and maybe being a stand-up comic, you know, people say, well, it's not a great job for a stand-up comic if you hate people. Well, yeah, because I can attack them, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Again, things are so nice now that I like just. When I say I like to be home, not like Howard Hughes, where I just grow my fingernails long and I put tinfoil over the windows, you know, like Better Call Saul with Jimmy's brother, you know, Michael McKean. I don't live like that. But I'm going. I'm in my backyard. Me and my girlfriend take the dog for a walk every day, and I cook. And I go, and we go to restaurants once in a while. I mean, we're not now because of COVID. But we're both very, very happy. Hunkering down, watching television, and not going anywhere. But
that's fucking awesome, dude. And I'm glad to hear that, because you're living, you have a life. You're living a fucking life. Yeah, and you're not burdened by.
Yeah, as long as the money lasts. That's good for a couple of years.
Well, we'll pretend it's one of, but like that's the thing though too, is like I don't like, it's crazy to me that like during this whole thing, like I understand the comedians, I understand need to work and all that other shit, but like while this shit was happening, while the entire world was getting fucked up by this stuff, while people we knew I lost so many people I know due to this fucking disease or whatever. But to see comedy, man, I just lost a friend a week ago, and and we started comedy together, and she just got married. It was, dude, it's fucked up. It's just crazy.
Really?
And yeah. And the last thing she fucking posted online was she was in the hospital, and she was like, my oxygen's at 75%. And they're telling me if they can't get me to 95% in the next 2 hours, they have to put me in whatever I can't think of the medical term of whatever the coma is, like sedation, to get her to calm down. And then that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, fucking terrible. But
you know, my girlfriend and I, not to get more maudlin here, but we both.
No, go ahead.
Okay, fine. Thank you. We both went through something a couple years ago before COVID. You know, my girlfriend lost her husband, who was she wasn't my girlfriend while she was married.
Okay.
But her husband was a really good friend of mine, and he was a big Hollywood producer and manager. And I went to his funeral, and I spoke at the service, and there were all these people speaking. There was, you know, comics, and there was Rob Reiner and John Lovitz and Martin Short and Mike Binder. I mean, the list went on and on and on. So she puts me on at the end, the widow. And I said, what are you putting me on what do I have to follow all these guys for?
Yeah.
She goes, you are my husband's favorite comic. And I had never met his wife before, and I didn't realize that they live 5 minutes from me. In LA, 5 minutes, that's like next door neighbors.
Right.
I mean, she's literally right up the hill from me. And I didn't go, God, I can't believe they live so close. So we went to the service, and I met his widow. And then my wife dies 3 months later. And I call up his widow, and I said, look, we're neighbors. We should have a drink, because there's a bar right up at the top of the hill. Herb Alpert and all these celebrities have a little bar restaurant called Vibrato, and it's right between our houses. It's 3 minutes from her house. 3 minutes. I go, we should meet and have a drink. And I wasn't looking to date because my wife had just died.
Yeah.
And so we met for a drink, and I come home, and I said to my brother, I just fell in love. And he goes, are you fucking crazy? You just lost your wife. I know, but that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
This March. I've been with her ever since. So
Holy shit.
We've been through shit. So the point was, so we know how fast things can happen. Her husband was very healthy and just got leukemia. My wife is very healthy, got hit by a car in Mexico and died of something, all shit from that. But anyway, the bottom line was, since we've been through that, and you've been through, how fragile life could be.
Yeah.
So we just want to have a good fucking time.
Yes,
now.
exactly. And it's great. And that's why, like, that's why, like, I knew, like, I'm glad you came on, because it's not even like a typical podcast. I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm home. I want to talk to people I like. Like when my producer reached out, manager reached out and said you were a legend. You are. I mean, you were like one of my favorite comics and one of the first people I saw.
Yeah. I don't know
how are you a legend? Because you, I'll tell you how you're a legend, because you withstand. Go ahead.
Yeah, go. You go.
No, I was gonna say, to me anyway, it's a comedian who is somebody who sticks, an entertainer, and especially who sticks out in your mind. You stood the test of time. Your stand-up holds up. Your comedy holds up. You're pure fucking funny. And you could do, I mean, I don't doubt for a second. Look at this interview. I mean, the same thing. It's you. You're Bobby Slayton. You know what I mean? Like, and you could do it at the top of the hat.
I used to be.
Who do you want to be called now? Are you transitioning? We'll work on that.
No,
Julius Scotty.
It's not. I'm going to transition. It's going to be Bobby with an I instead of a Y. I can still keep the same name, but spell it more feminine.
Right. I'll get down with that.
But keep in mind when you say legend, Lee Harvey Oswald and Charles Manson are legends as well. So being a legend is not necessarily a good thing.
Good point. Good point. Should I a legend in comedy? That way you're not mixed up with murderers.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I'll add to legend in comedy. But I mean, that's and that means that means a great deal too. And even like I said, like with like the fucking like the COVID stuff, I would see comedy clubs like in New York and shit like that, like protesting that people needed a laugh, and I'd be like, people need fucking healthcare. No one needs my dick jokes like to survive the scenario. You know what I mean? Like it's the perspective on people in this fucking society is nuts, dude. It's insane to me.
Where are you now? Where do you live? Where are you broadcasting?
I'm in New Jersey, in Long Beach Island.
That's a nice area.
Yeah, very nice, and it's pretty quiet. You know what I mean? It's like a shore town, so dead in the winter.
How far are you from? Well, there was. I used to love the Old Rascals in Pleasantville. Pleasant. What?
It was in Orange, New Jersey, and Cherry Hill.
No, there was one. There's one in Orange. But there was one in Pleasant. Is there a Pleasant Hill? Pleasantville?
Point Pleasant, you mean?
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant.
Yes. There was one there for years. Are you near there? That's a great. Are you by Wildwood? You near there?
Yeah. I grew up 20 minutes away from Point Pleasant. I lived in Toms River. I lived 10 minutes from Seaside Heights.
Yeah, I know.
That's where I grew up.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I was born in Brooklyn, lived in New York for a lot. When I was little, I was between jobs. I was living with my parents when I was a kid. And, and then we moved to New Jersey, and then I grew up here.
Yeah, it's great. I miss the East Coast a lot. But, the thing about LA, with all the fires, they haven't been that close to my house. But
that's good.
They've been close enough where you can see them and you can smell them. And there'll be ashes in my pool. And they could happen here. And then earthquakes, so I never, like my brother, he's, my brothers are back in New York and one's up in the Cape, up in Massachusetts. And when it's snowing, I'm sitting in my backyard, 95 degrees by my pool. I don't mock them because I know tomorrow I could have, a tsunami here, and a fire here, an earthquake here. But the fact that LA, it's just, I'm not sure I could take living back there anymore with the, you get spoiled being out here,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I lived in LA for 2 years. I thought I moved out there like 2015, and by moved I mean like didn't have any money and bounced around and did a bunch of network tried to I had a bunch of stuff I was pitching, yada yada yada. I wanted to live.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Right, exactly, dude. I know. I have something now that I have a short film on Amazon Prime called Dup It, and it's about dealing with depression, and it's but it's on there too. And literally, we were pitching stuff. Henson's company.
It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to make you more depressed for part 2.
That's what the fucking sequel's about.
You can keep doing. You can do a whole series with each one of your stupid little vignettes. Don't go anywhere. You get more depressed each one. And at the end, you should kill yourself.
Yes. Yeah. That's gonna be. You know what? I want my suicide note to be a film. I want it to be, as long as then it'll go to number 1.
Yes.
There was a movie. This is so out of fucking the blue, but there was a movie years ago that I saw when I was a kid. Obviously, that was way older too, with Dick Van Dyke, where he pretends to be. No, he's an artist. He's a painter, and his paintings aren't selling, and he pretends to kill himself, and then his paintings skyrocket, but he's got to hide out and paint
Wait, how
more
come
to
I
make.
don't? Why do I not know this movie? I should know.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna look. Now we're both back on our phones. Look this up. I love this movie. It's hard to find, but you got to see it because
I will. You should send it to me, but I'm sure you'll fuck up the email like you did with the whole original thing. I'm sure you'll send it. I'll go, how come this guy? How come he never sent me this? And because you sent it to the wrong email again.
I sent it to the wrong dude. I've been doing so well with this kind of crap. I sent it the wrong email. For some reason, it went to BobbySlayton.com. And I don't even have that really email address, so it must have just been in my phone from a long time ago. And then I had Carl Gottlieb on before you, and he says to say hi, by the way. But I was Carl. Like, yeah, he was fucking awesome, man. We were he's got a million stories. Great guy. We were like, I thought he lived in Ohio like a moron. I didn't realize he lived in LA, but he did a comedy club in Ohio called Wiley's in Dayton, right? And then I was there the next weekend. And then somebody there told me he lived in Ohio. So I shit you not, I like tried to find Gottlieb lived in Ohio, and no one knew what I was talking about. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. I'd love to meet him, whatever. But anyway, he came on, so we got to talk. But I rushed off of there. I asked him if he wanted to stay, and he was like, I've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, and then I fucked up the link. So that's all I'm still glad you're here. So, because it was all my fault.
Who did the painting behind you? Did you do those? Is that your artwork?
This is I do draw. I have a lot of art and stuff like that. And my friend and I worked on that.
How do you not know the artist Shag?
I'm going to look him up right now. I don't know. Shag?
Even your lettering is reminiscent of Shag.
Really? Wow.
Mostly tiki stuff. It's not really what you do, but it just reminds me.
Yeah, I just found him. Oh, wow, you're right. This is This is kind of got a retro vibe to it too, though.
Very retro.
Yeah, I love that.
He's
I'm
like
gonna tell my friend. This is
like
Diana Redouble.
Yeah, he's like you with talent.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm taking all these and using them as quotes. I'm tossing them around. Fine. It's like that's how they're gonna intro me on my we ever get out of this fucking nightmare. So you've got I don't want to keep I want to make sure you can go whenever you want, by the way. I know you know that,
I wanted to go a half an hour ago. You know what I'm watching now? You know what
are you watching?
I'm trying to catch up with so many things on Netflix, but I'm catching up with this great Frank show called Call My Agent. You know that show?
No.
It's great.
Is it? I was like, I've never heard of that before. I watched.
Call My Agent. It came out 2 years ago. It's a Frank show. It's sort of like Entourage, but in France. And the acting is magnificent. And they have real French actors as the clients for this talent agency. It's like a William Morris type agency. It's really great if you're a showbiz person.
I will absolutely.
And you're not really, but you should watch it.
One day, I hope to be. I hope to grow into it.
It's fucking great. So I'm trying to catch up because my girlfriend's coming over tomorrow night. And I told her I watched a couple more episodes. But you want to ask me a couple of really good questions?
Yeah, I'd love to. I would love. You know what? I want to ask you. Yeah. I want to ask you if. Yeah. Okay. No. You go.
No. I was just laughing. Go.
No. I do. So you obviously there's comedians that you've known throughout the entire time you were there. Who was there somebody that you loved that you didn't get to see that much because you're a headliner? You don't get to go and hang out with the guys that you grew up with that you got to see. Like you were just with Bill Maher in Hawaii. But was there somebody in particular that you were that you never got to see as much as you wish you had?
Comics of my
comics that you wanted to work, just a somebody like that.
The thing is, when I'm not working, I don't really want to go to a comedy club or watch anybody. Right. But when you're playing the Improv, which I haven't done really in years, but if you're playing like the legendary Comedy Magic Club, which is closed now, I don't know if they reopened. Gary Shandling would come in, or Seinfeld to do a set. I'd watch them, but there's guys like Bill Burr who I love, and Kathy Madigan, and my friend Lewis Black.
Kathy Madigan,
but you get to see them on Netflix. So and I don't really watch a lot of that because they're great, but I'm just so burnt out.
Yeah, I hear you. But even the hang, were there guys that you were it's so nice to see this person, not even their stand up, just because it's hard when you're on the road, you don't get to see people that you love.
Well, it's just so late for me. It's 8 o'clock.
Sorry.
You, I this is why for years I did the Montreal Comedy Festival, which is,
Hmm.
they have a festival in
Yeah.
Australia. They have a few of them all over now, but the original comedy festival was the one in Montreal, and
Hmm.
you would get to see all these guys. And I used to do it almost every year. They haven't used me in a few years, but every year, either Bill Burr would be there, or Brian Regan, or whatever, dozens and dozens of comics. So,
Right.
and after our shows, everybody would be at the bar at the hotel drinking, and there'd be
Hmm.
100 comics and agents. It got annoying after 3-4 days, but it was really kind of great because I'm not a big hanging out kind of guy. But
Hmm.
Montreal, I would do it, and I'd come back after my show, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. You have a drink. Next thing you know, it's 3, 4 in the morning. I never stay up till 3, 4 in the morning. But it's like you're so busy talking to people. You
Yeah.
see your agent who you never see. You see just so many people. So I've got to see enough people over the years, that I've
Right.
seen enough of people. I've had enough. It's enough already.
Yeah. No, I hear. It seems like that was we there was this we did I by the way, I've tried to reach out to you before. I didn't know which tried to do it before, but we did this
You
charity
probably had
thing.
you probably had the wrong email, you fucking retard.
I probably do. Honest to God. We did this. I helped produce one of this giant benefit for cancer, for children's cancer.
Right.
The Children's Brain Tumor Foundation and Star Treatments. And it was we did it in almost a week and a half, put this thing together. We had over 250 comedians on and stuff. And out of that, the craziest thing was everyone was just kind of like this. It all had to be virtual, but everyone was like, I missed it. I miss seeing people. People were saying yes just because they wanted to do this. They wanted to see their friends. And I think comedians have that kind of connection people don't realize.
Yeah, that's comedians. They were saying, yes, I want to see their friend. We couldn't give a shit with the children with brain cancer. I'm doing it. I want to see my friend. I really want to connect with Carrot Top. I'm sorry the kids have brain cancer, but it's good that they have it because I get to see my friends.
Well, I painted that in the wrong light, but yeah, that's.
And meanwhile, kids still have brain cancer. Your fucking benefit did no good whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Well, the thing is that we actually did break a record, and it was for the least money raised for cancer with kids. So, I mean, we did our best, it was it was whatever. But no, it was crazy. I feel like comedians always have that, I don't know, there's a connection or a bond that when you see fucking somebody that you came up with, you get excited, and it's hard when you're running on the road all the time. You don't get to see those. You and Bill Maher are friends, and you got to go out and do that Hawaii thing.
Right.
So that must have just been a fucking blast. It was probably work.
It was great because we were hanging out, and Sarah Silverman I didn't see for years, and my girlfriend didn't know any of these people, and Joe Walsh came with us. It was great.
That's nuts. That's crazy. Joe Walsh he had a sitcom a lot, or he was going to have a.
Joe Walsh from the Eagles.
From the Eagles, yeah, I know the Eagles, but I'm not kidding. Wasn't they not a sitcom? They were going to do like an Aussie thing, but with Joe Walsh.
I don't know.
Remember when?
I don't know. I didn't ask him about that. Whatever. But I'm just saying it's nice to see people. But but now it's enough already. I'm happy to be home.
That's awesome, dude. Well, again, I mean, it's I don't want to keep you any longer than I'd said I was going to. I appreciate this so much. You have no idea. You're one of my favorite comedians. So I appreciate you coming on and talking to me and shitting on me and and I'm sorry about the email thing. And I'm glad you're doing well, dude. You seem like you're super happy and having a good time.
I've never been happy, but it's funny because by the way, when you sent me the link to your show and you said if you want to post it anywhere, because like I said, beautiful graphics.
Thank you.
I didn't want to post it anywhere, not because I was embarrassed doing your show. I don't want any other comics or anybody seeing this going, oh, Bobby Slayton, we got to get him on our show. And then I tell people I'm not doing more podcast. You did that idiot's podcast. I know. Because he called me a legend and I fell for the bullshit. Yeah. But,
oh, shit.
And I'm doing you and the 12-year-old kid, and I'm done.
Yeah. We're going to cut just that audio out. I'm doing you and the 12-year-old kid, and that's going to go viral.
Yeah, that'll go viral. I'm doing you and the 12-year-old kid. Right. Right.
Boom.
I'll be up there with Jeffrey Epstein and Ryan Jeremy. Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, you'll be on every news.
I could tell you stories about both of them, but it's
please. No, go. Did he?
No.
Let's. No, you don't want to.
No.
Can I
done
go
with
to
that
Bobby
shit.
Slayton's island?
Yeah. I'm done talking about
No, I
Jeffrey.
hear you. We don't need to talk about Jeffrey. It's
I'm
fine.
done talking
I
about
wasn't
Jeffrey.
gonna. That's great. Well,
It was-
seriously, that's were people hounding you about that?
About what, Jeffrey?
About Jeffrey? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was in his phone book.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
But so was Mick Jagger and a million other people. And
Right.
so it wasn't like I was on his, but I got a lot of calls from people. I changed my number and everything, but I go, well, I'm in good company because Jeffrey knew a lot of people. So whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Carl, one of the things Carl Gottlieb said, he's like, he doesn't hang out with Spielberg anymore. And he's like, you get so famous, or some people get so famous, you just don't hang out in that circle anymore. They got a yacht. Tom Hanks has a yacht. They go fucking do yacht shit together, Yeah. And it's like, that's it. So like one of the questions I was asking him, and I don't think he was around like that scene too much, but it had to be weird at the Improv back in the day when celebrities would show up because you can't put them with normal people to hang out. And I remember seeing a picture of the weirdest, most eclectic people at the table. It was like Stallone, Travolta, Elaine Stritch.
Right.
They're not fucking hanging out. But like, where do you put famous people? Who are you guys gonna hang out with?
I didn't really work the Improv that much because I was on the road so much.
Right.
So. I wasn't really ever there on a weekend. I was on the road every weekend. And that's when the place really hot. I'd go in Monday, Tuesday night. There were a lot of celebrities, but it got to the point where you make $15. Why am I here?
Yeah.
And I had a girlfriend at the time. And if you're not doing blow and you're not fucking waitresses, and what's the point of being there? There'd always be these casting people in there, and they'd come to see somebody. And I'd go, great. Oh, my God, the guy from the Tonight Show is here. The guy from Cheers. And then they were always there to see somebody. Then I go on to one of the best sets I've ever done. I go, oh, God, was the guy from the Cheers people here? Was the Tonight Show people? And no, they walked out right before he went on.
Yeah.
That happened to me. They never saw me.
Right.
Never saw me.
That's like one of those things. Are like, there's a couple stories that I know from people who I know who have bombed on the Tonight Show, like, and they got to come. Like, I think Tim Allen just said his first Tonight Show that he went on with Johnny, he like wanted to do stand up or something like that, and he wound up because he already had a TV show, and he's like, I don't understand, why don't I get to tell fucking jokes? It was like that was like we don't have anything like that. My generation, we have nothing like anybody. Letterman's gone, so there's nobody that we want. Like, we got to get on that guy's show. Like, it sucks.
Jimmy Kimmel's great.
Kimmel is fucking great. That would be, but I don't see him having stand-ups on too much anymore. He used to.
Well, in
the beginning,
he used to have them on from his club in Vegas, but now his club's not going on in Vegas. People don't have stand-ups now because there's no place for the stand-up to do stand-up. You have to have an audience, so it's all Zoom and people in their living rooms. That's why.
Right.
But I was never good at that shit. I did the Johnny Carson show once. It went great. And Johnny was going to have me back on. I finally got on. And when I got on, they said, yeah, Johnny can't wait to have you back. And then he announced his retirement, and there was no way to get back on the show. So that's the story of my life. All right, are we done now?
We're done. We're good. We're good whenever you want to go. I'm not gonna keep it. But seriously, thank you so much for having for coming on and fucking doing this. It was a blast for me.
Was it?
Yeah, dude, this is fucking awesome. I'm done. I'm not gonna do another podcast after this.
Well, I would have been funnier, but I'm just not used to being funny anymore.
Dude, I'm like literally been getting messages this entire time saying you're fucking. There's people watching because we're live, so they're saying you're fucking hilarious, dude. Well, this is like everybody's having a blast.
I want to thank all your imaginary viewers for watching. I love you, people. You're great.
That's great. Yeah.
Thank
you.
Look at all this. That's great. All right. Thanks, man. All right.
Thanks again, and have a good time, man. Take care.
That's it. That's your big ending.
Do you want me to end? I don't have any. I suck, dude. I don't know what to say.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Thank you. Yeah, it's honesty, right? No, that's my big. Yeah, thanks for doing it.
Oh, I was thinking of Hal Sparks, by the way. Hal Sparks is a friend of mine, the karate guy.
Oh, yeah,
that's another comedian. We said Hal Spears. I get them. You can see where you get them mixed up.
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't even think of that, and you just said Hal Sparks. But yeah, Hal Sparks is great. I've never met him. He's a cool dude. I used to write for the VH1 stuff. I love the stuff he was on. Anyway, I love
he's a legend. He's a legend as well. You know.
I know. Yeah, he is. I feel like we're at a wedding and we can't actually leave. We keep saying goodbye, but this is just never.
I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
No, it's fine. No, it's not. It's a good thing. Don't ever leave.
All right, well, thanks for having me on.
Seriously, thank you for doing it, man. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Peace.
Good luck with the artwork.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Dystopia tonight.